Hi, today I'm not going to show you how to make a card. I'm going to share with you my cheap and easy die organization system that I've created for myself. As you can see, I have a bit of a mess here. It's normally not this bad, but I brought it downstairs into the dining room so I could work in the air conditioning. And I had this system I developed, and I was never thrilled with it, but at least it worked for me. But I'm on the Memory Box design team, and we just have a lot of dies and I've outgrown my system. Now, I love Jennifer Maguire's system, and I wish I could replicate that, but it's really not in my budget right now. So I had to come up with something I could afford. And this is my solution. The first thing I did was I did a little price checking, and I ended up going to Office Depot and getting these Memorex CD holders. They're really nice. They're heavy duty plastic. They're not going to fall apart easily. Only thing I didn't like were the flaps, so I decided I needed to take those off. So here's my handy Tonic guillotine trimmer. I love this thing. It took off the flap easily, didn't hurt the trimmer, came like butter. And I took off about the top 1/4 inch, and when you cut that off, of course, the little piece of flap will come off with it. Love it. This is the downloadable I created for you. Unfortunately, I did not cut this the way I normally would, at least the order of cuts. There's 2 vertical cuts and 1 horizontal. These are each 4 3/4 inch wide and 4 1/4 inches tall. And the way I did it is so you would have the least amount of cutting to get 4 inserts out of an 8.5 by 11 page. This is what I'm talking about. See, normally I would cut both verticals at the same time, and then I would do the horizontal, but I didn't think fast enough when I was doing this video. So now that you've got these cut, the top line is for you to put down the manufacturer's initials and the name of the die, in case you ever want to list your supplies, what have you. And the reason I have a second line is I'm storing my die so I have 1 die on either side of the insert. And this way, I've got that visual reminder of what's behind it. If you don't want to do that and you just want to do 1 die per holder, then just flip it over and use the back side. So there's my holder, and I've put my village lantern in there, and there's my window quad, and is great. I love it. Here's a hint. I always try to use things I already have on hand. This is an actual CD holder, but when I went to put my CD holder into it, it didn't fit. I would have been so steamed if I had purchased this for this project and come home and had this happen. So what I tend to do in these cases is take the little plastic sleeve with me. And I went to the dollar store. I got these 2 baskets for $1. Super, super bargain. And I had my plastic holder with me so I could easily see whether or not it would work. And it did. It fits beautifully. There's no scraping from the sides, and there's no extra room, so it's not going to slide around left to right. Here I have a whole bunch of dies put in there now. And those little pink flags are for me because I like to mark my newly released dies. And we just had our new release of dies for Memory Box this week. We're having a blog blitz, so you should check it out at Outside the Box. So now that I've corralled my CDs, I need to make a list of the different categories so I can put them in some sort of order. And I actually ended up changing my list around quite a bit before I settled on what I really wanted. And as you can see, for instance, I've got flowers and leaves together, but I have so many dies that are flower dies and leaf dies that I had to break that up. So they have their own individual categories. And I didn't know what to do with mustaches. I think I ended up putting them in the Halloween category. So I'm measuring my whole CD holder because I want my category cards to be as wide as the holder, and they have to be a little bit taller, otherwise they won't be very useful. Now that I've harnessed all these dies, I need a way to flip through them and find what I'm looking for. So I created some category or index cards, and this is a downloadable at my website as well. So here are the finished cards. I've written C oversized over to the side on any category card where I have an oversized die that won't fit in these particular holders, and I've got a few of them. You can leave your corners straight, but I found rather quickly they're sharp and they kind of can catch your cuticles and it doesn't feel good. So I went ahead and rounded all the corners on them, and it's a much better solution having the rounded corners. And here it is, the finished product. I love it. I have been using this for about 2 weeks, and it's just so much easier to find everything. And going from this hot mess to this wonderful, simple system makes me a really, really happy girl. As I said, I also have some oversized dies and border dies that require their own storage solution, and I'll be dealing with that in a week or so with another video. So I hope you enjoyed this and find it useful, and thanks for visiting. I really appreciate you coming to see what I've made here. Have a good day. Bye.